Hey everyone, this is Russell Brunson. I want to welcome you to day number 8. Now today we're going to be talking about paid solo ads, and this is the day I've been waiting for, and I've been so excited for you guys for over a week now, because this is probably my favorite part of this entire program. And the reason why is because of all the traffic sources that you could be focusing on, this is the one that's going to be the fastest, the easiest, probably get the best responses from the, and so I know when you guys start doing this, you're going to start seeing some results, which that's the thing that gets me most excited. And I know a lot of you guys have had results with the free ads that we've been doing. It's been kind of fun watching, seeing the success stories come in from there. But obviously those type of ads, the response is lower, the opt-in rate's lower, things like that are lower. You should start seeing a lot better, responses, a lot better, results from these type of solo ads we're going to be talking about now. And the reason why we led with more of the free ones is because a lot of people who get involved in this program don't have money to get started, so we want to share with you some of those resources. But this is the really where you guys can take what you're doing right now and take it to the next level very, very quickly. And that's why I'm so excited for day number 8. Okay, so let's jump right in and get started. Okay, but first I want to do a quick recap from yesterday. As you remember, yesterday we talked about building out your attractive character. And I want to make sure you guys spend some time thinking about this, because at the end of this week we're going to really be focusing a lot on this list that you're growing. What are you doing with this list now? Okay, so again, I want you guys thinking about your attractive character, writing out your backstory, your personal stories, the parables you could have, your character flaws, your opinions, things like that you're going to be sharing with your potential audience here in the future. And write those things out, because again, we're going to be coming back and using those here in the future. So just make sure you're kind of thinking about those things and start looking at what other people are doing. Look at the way I interact with my audience. Look at how, with my list, that if you're on my list, I'm sure you are if you're part of this, what am I saying to my audience? What am I talking about to them? You want to make sure you're doing the same type of things with your list as well. Okay, now again, this is my favorite traffic source for a lot of different reasons. And I'll kind of go through those, but this is, where I think a lot of people should be focusing a lot of their efforts on, because, as you'll see down below, it's cheap, it's fast, it's easy, and, you can get results very, very quickly. Now, first thing I want to talk about, basically, what is a solo ad? A lot of people have kind of asked that question, and I'm sure some of you guys may be wondering that. A solo ad is basically, you go and you find somebody else who already has an email newsletter. Okay, the same kind of newsletter we're trying to build up for you. They already have their own email list, and could have 1,000 or 10,000 or 50,000 people. And these people then sell you ads inside of their newsletters. So instead of having to go build a list of 100,000 people, or do a joint venture with someone who has a list of 100,000 people, you can basically go and quite simply, all you have to do is go and purchase an ad in that person's list, and boom, the email goes out, and you can start getting clicks and traffic almost immediately, which is exciting. Now, if you rewind back 2 years ago, there weren't a lot of people selling solo ads to their list. It just wasn't kind of thing that happened very often. And so, for whatever reason, the last couple of years, a whole bunch of different solo ad vendors in the internet marketing industry have popped up. And I think some of the reasons behind it, one of the reasons is a lot of these guys, prior to this, they were affiliates, and they were sending traffic to affiliate offers, and they were tired because they promote something and they make good money, but then they'd get a lot of refunds or chargebacks, things like that. And they found that if they just would charge people for ads in their newsletters, they were guaranteed to get paid up front. And a lot of people, that's very appealing, to make sure you're guaranteed money. So instead of risking it and maybe making more money by promoting your product as an affiliate, they'll take less money because you're guaranteeing them money up front, which is kind of exciting. Okay? And so what these guys started doing is they started selling solo ads by the click. And this is why it's so appealing. We bought lists in a lot of places that don't sell it by the click. They basically come and say, hey, give me $5,000 and we'll send this email out to our list. We say, well, how many clicks can you get me? Well, I don't know. That depends on your copy and on this and on that. And so you're kind of a lot of variables out there. Whereas most of the solo ad vendors I'll be sharing with you guys, what's nice about them is they sell by the click. Okay, and usually the clicks are usually anywhere from 30 cents to 50 cents a click, which, if you guys have ever done paid media before, that's unheard of prices. Very, very cheap, very expensive. Okay, through PPC, we've spent up to $3 to $5 per click or more. Through banner ads, we're starting at $1 a click and go up from there. So to get clicks in a related market, so we already know that people are interested in internet marketing, to get them to click on something for 30 cents a click, really, really good prices. Okay. Now what's nice is that usually on these clicks, I'm only paying 30 cents to 50 cents a click, and usually I'm able to get at least 50 cents to $1.50 EPC, earnings per click. So I spend 30 cents, I make 50 cents. I spend 50 cents, I might make $1. And it's not 100% guaranteed at all. But we've had, primarily with most of our offers, we are able to get those type of results, which is kind of fun. put $1 in, get $2 out, those type of things. But as you remember, our biggest goal is less to just make the money. Obviously making money is important, but the big goal is to start building our email list. And so it's a very quick and easy way to start building an email list. You pay for 100 clicks, you pay for 1,000 clicks, you pay for 5,000 clicks. A percentage of people are going to opt in, and you can kind of calculate the math, and you may be paying, $1 for every subscriber, $2 for every subscriber. Anyway, that's kind of the process. Now, that's why solo ads are so great, because you can build your list very, very quickly with them. And I'm going to kind of show you how the whole process works, but it's not that difficult. It's by far the easiest traffic to understand. It's not like pay-per-click where you got to figure out keywords and landing pages and quality scores and 1,000 different elements. This one's very simple and very easy. You find a vendor, you pay for an ad, they send out the ad, and you see how it does. And it's a lot simpler process, and it's one that we spend a lot of our hours every single day here in our office just doing this, because it works so well and so effectively. So let me jump to the next slide, and I'll kind of go over exactly how to do this. Okay, so the first question is, where do you find solo ad vendors? Now, the good news, there's a lot of places out there you can look for them, but the nice thing about inside of our members area for .com Secrets X is we're archiving all of the solo ad vendors that we find. We're always adding more and more to this Rolodex. So if you go to the Over My Shoulder section in the membership site, and there's a little ad there that says solo ads, if you click on the solo ads section there, boom, it'll pull up a list. And I think right now we've got 50 or 60 solo ad vendors in there, and we're adding more all the time. So you can kind of see a list of a whole bunch of places you can buy solo ads from. Okay. Now, a couple other resources that I really like. First, there's also a tab that says live coaching. Now, what you'll notice live coaching is that when I buy solo ads, I'm basically going to make a video showing the results we got. So I'll say, hey, I bought a solo ad on this guy's site. I paid X amount of dollars. I got X amount of clicks, and this is the results I got, how many opt-ins I got, how many sales. So you guys kind of see where I'm buying, what I'm buying, and just kind of get an idea of this process. So it's kind of like, in the stock market, when you're learning stocks, you can do like paper trading and stuff where you're not really trading money, but you kind of see what's happening. That's kind of the goal of the live coaching section there, the over the shoulder coaching, is kind of like paper trading. So you can watch me trade, watch me buy ads, and, I'll show you the email copy we use, I'll show you everything. And then from there, you can basically, just kind of look at that and say, okay, I want to run down that same list. I want to, that list did really good for us. So this product, I'm going to promote, this product to that list and those type of things. Okay. Now, a couple of the resources I really enjoy a lot, because I spend a lot of time there every day. One of them is soloaddirectory.com. This is a site run by Reed Florid, who's a really cool internet marketer. I like him a lot. And this is kind of a directory where he's found a bunch of solo ad vendors. He's listed in there. And most of his vendors are also in our members area, so it's not really, you're not going to find a whole bunch of new people. But one thing that's really nice, if you go to his blog, Reed's been doing this exact same thing that I'm talking about with the live coaching, for the last, I don't know how many months. But it's kind of fun because you can go back and see every time he buys an ad, he shows you exactly the results he got, how much he paid, how many clicks, how many opt-ins, and how many sales. And so it's a really cool spot to go and just kind of look and see a whole bunch of different results. So this is an example of a post on Solo Ad Directory's blog from Reed. He said, I bought a solo ad from Phil Springer for 250 clicks for $90 or 36 cents a click. He promoted this site right here. This is a landing page he promoted for me. He had 277 clicks. We got 27 free clicks. He had 124 opt-ins, 45% conversion rate, and he only paid 73 cents per lead. I said, I recommend buying an ad here. Go here, click here to buy ads from him. Okay. So this is kind of cool is that Reed's done this for the last 5 or 6 or 7 months. I'm not sure how long exactly, but you can see tons of results from tons of different places. And that way you have a good idea of, hey, what's working, what's not working about, if I spend, $90, how much should what should I be expecting to get back? And, Reed's resource there is just amazing for all you guys. So I recommend going there often. And, I'm the same way. When I see Reed buy something and he recommends it, I go and buy the same ad afterwards. Because if it's worked for him, it's probably going to work for my audience as well. Okay, now inside the .com Secrets X members area, when you click on the solo ad page, you're going to see a page like this, and it's going to show a whole bunch of different solo ad vendors. Most of these have their name, their Skype, their email, and then a page where you can actually see their solo ads. And eventually we're also going to be adding reviews and things like that into each different places. Basically, you just find that page right here, and you're going to see a whole bunch of them in here. Now, we didn't list these in any specific order, and I did that on purpose because I didn't want everyone buying this, ad number 1 every single time. Okay, we just listed them randomly in here, so there's no better or worse list based off of how we we organize these, just go through all of them, scroll up, scroll down, and pick one or pick two of them. If you start at the very top and work down, if everyone's doing that, you're all going to be promoting the exact same list, the exact same offer. So don't do that. Scroll down, find one that looks like it's going to be a good fit for you, and then look at all the different SLOs we have and look at which one you want to test out. Okay, maybe you want to test out the .com Secrets X webinar, or maybe it's the .com Secrets local webinar, maybe it's instant traffic systems, or the Illuminati, or the free website offer. Try different things because if a lot of members are buying ads, obviously you need a different look and a different feel. So make sure you're rotating through. In fact, you might even ask the solo ad vendor, has anyone promoted this offer yet? If not, I want to promote that offer. Okay, but step number one is very simple. This is how you find the solo ad vendors, and after you see them, then you click on the View Solo Ad link, and it'll show you show you more information about their solo ad. Okay, step number two is now how do you purchase that ad? So after you've clicked on that link in the slide before, you'll be taken to a page like this. Okay, and all of them have kind of like a little mini cells that are explaining their solo ads. So this is one right here. It's at isellsubs.com, and basically, if you read through here, you say, here's quality solo ads. You can get anywhere from 100 to 2,000 clicks. There's a testimonial from a guy here who bought ads. There's actually quite a few testimonials, and then boom, they've got the order page where you can order clicks. So you see right here, you can get 100 unique clicks for $50. You can get 250 clicks for $112. You can get 500 clicks for $225, and so on and so forth. So the more clicks you buy, the cheaper it gets. But you can kind of see exactly what you're getting right there. And I think I'll talk about this more on the next slide. But basically what I would do is always come in here and look at what's the least investment you can test it out, pay for 50 clicks, pay for 100 clicks, spend $50, and see what happens. See how many people join your list. See how much money you actually generate off that, and see if it's a good ROI. If it is, then come back and buy the 250 clicks. And if that one ROIs for you, then come buy the 500 clicks. If that ROIs, buy the 1,000, and so on and so forth. And this whole business is all about, you don't want to lose your shirt. So you come in and you test small. If it works, then you test a little bit bigger. If that works, then you can test even bigger. Okay, so that's how you purchase the ads. And again, every one of these pages will look different, but they'll also all be very similar. Again, tell you about their list, tell you what they do allow, what they don't allow. They'll give you different prices. They'll give you testimonials from other people, and that's how you kind of have an idea of how good or how successful that ad's going to be. Okay, so again, like I mentioned in the last slide, the big key to this is you want to test small. Okay, so don't go in there and buy the 1,000 clicks day number one. That's not what you want to do. Come in there and buy a 50 click or 100 click and just see how it's going to work. Okay, sometimes, we have a lot of SLOs we've given you, and some of them may work really, really good at the list, some of them may not work. So maybe come in, buy 50 clicks and try out the Illuminati or try out the free website offer and see what happens. If that one works good, that means that's a hot offer for that list, then buy bigger and bigger. You may submit it and, no one on the list wants to buy instant traffic systems. And maybe you test out something else, you try out the free website, and boom, you find out that's the hot button for that audience. That's what they all want. And you can make a bunch of money with that. So that's kind of the process is testing small and then from there growing. But you don't go, again, I don't normally go from 100 clicks to 2,000 clicks that fast. I like to scale things up organically because you don't want to lose your shirt on anything. Okay? So again, test small. Second thing is remember your number one goal. Your number one goal is what? Okay, we've been harping on this for 8 days now. Your number one goal is to build a list. Okay, and then your number two goal is to have the SLO, the self-liquidating offer, on the next page to help cover the cost of the ad. Okay, those are your two goals. Number one is to build a list. Number two is to cover the SLO cost of the ad. Okay, and then again, after it works, then you're gonna go and buy the ad again and again and again. Okay, and that's kind of the process. But again, it's kind of a simple process. It's not any more complicated than that, and doesn't need to be more complicated than that. So hopefully that gives you guys kind of the tools you need to get started. And again, what I recommend for you guys is just go out there and test one. Go try one out, and you're going to see some results quickly. And that's the most exciting thing for me. With some of the free ads that we shared with you guys earlier last week, those ones are a little different because a lot of times they're incentivized traffic. People are getting paid to click on ads, and there's different things that are happening. And so a lot of times you get a lot of clicks on those sites, but the opt-in rates may not be as good. Whereas these people normally, traditionally through solo ads, are not incentivized to click on your links. So if you get 100 or 500 or 1,000 clicks, those are all legitimate clicks, people who really want to be there. And so because of that, your opt-in rate is going to be a much higher, and your order rate, getting people to buy your product, be a lot higher as well, which is pretty exciting. Okay, so your homework for today, and this is a fun one, is go into the solo ad vendors section of the site and start looking at all the solo ads. And really just do some research right now. Go in there and click on a bunch of them, look at their pages, see what they're offering, look at their testimonials, and hopefully when you start going through this process, your eyes are going to get bigger when you see, man, this is where Russell gets a lot of his traffic from, okay? I would say probably on average, I'm sending 20 to 30,000 clicks a month through these list of solo ads, okay? And we're making a lot of money doing that. So this is something you guys can start using immediately to start getting traffic to all your offers and start scaling very, very quickly. Okay? So again, first thing is go view the list of solo ad vendors. Second is test out one of the vendors, and just test with the little one. Test $50. And if it works, then buy bigger. If not, then let's go test another list and find one that's going to work, for the offers you guys have. Okay? And that's what I kind of recommend for your homework today. This is going to be kind of your first little gamble. I know some of you guys upgraded on some of the free lists. But some of you guys, this is going to be the first time you put any money into this. And I know it can be kind of a scary thing at times. But if you're going to be successful in any part of life, there's got to be that point where you kind of take that step out into the darkness. When you're not really sure what's going to happen and there's a little bit of risk on board. But that risk is when you get the big rewards. Okay, I'm sure you've heard it before that when the risk is high, so is the reward. And that's the same thing in this business. You know, if you're not willing to risk $50 to see what can happen, you're probably not going to be successful in this business. If you don't have $50 right now, that's the time to go out there and figure out, get a part-time job, sell something on Craigslist or on eBay. I still remember when I first got into this business, I was testing things out, and I didn't have any money at all. I remember I wanted to buy some internet marketing things, so my buddy and I went down to Home Depot. We bought rakes, and I spent an entire Saturday raking up people's yards, ended up making like $100. And I took the $100 and went and bought some advertising with it. Okay. Another time in my life, my wife and I were completely broke, and same thing, I was trying to get this business working, I was trying things out, so what we did is we took all of our CDs, we went down to the CD exchange shop, and we sold them, like 150 CDs, I think we made, it was embarrassing, we made like $100 or something like that. That helped us buy groceries so I could keep investing, keep trying out these internet marketing things. But it paid off, okay? And so it's important for you to understand that, there's always going to be a little bit of risk in this business, but when you're willing to put in that risk, that's when the rewards can become big. So I'm challenging you. No, I'm not telling you to take a big risk, not telling you to invest $2,000 or $3,000. I'm saying take $50. If you don't have $50, go figure out a way to get it. And take that $50 and do a little test. Risk a little bit out there and see what happens and what comes back. And if you do that, I think a lot of you guys are going to be surprised when you see, man, I actually got results from this. I got people added to my list from this. I made a sale from this. I made 2 sales from this, whatever it might be. But that risk is where it all begins. When you're willing to step into the darkness, when you have enough faith in the system and have enough faith in what we're talking about to make that first step, that's when you're going to start seeing the big results. Okay, so test again at $50 and see what happens. And then if it works, then do another test and risk a little bit more. Okay, now it's a calculated risk. You've seen how it worked at one level. Risk it a little bit more and try it again. And again, if it doesn't work, the risk doesn't work out. Realize I'm putting out at $50 and I'm kind of seeing what happens. Now you come back and you're going to risk again and try it again. And if you do it 2 or 3 times, you guys should start seeing some results. Some of you guys will nail on try number 1. And we've given you offers that convert great. We've given you offers we spend a lot of time and money creating. So for the most part, you guys should see pretty good conversion rates on all these different promotions you're doing. But again, it all starts with the entrepreneur, taking a little bit of risk. That's how all business happens. So I'm excited for you guys because this is going to be a chance to take a little risk, put a little something out there, and wait and see what the return is going to be. Okay, so that's it for today. Make sure you do your homework. Make sure you start doing this. Tomorrow we're going to be building upon this concept. I'm going to be sharing with you guys some different types of mailing lists. Then later on this week we're moving into ad swaps, and then we're going to start talking about how to start building out your email follow-up series. And so some really fun, exciting things. But make sure you're sticking up with everything. Don't miss any of these pieces because they all build upon each other and they're all very important. Okay, thanks you guys, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.